I could go down the route of trying to make money doing roofing and do YouTube on the side and try and make it eventually, or I could just send it. I remember they were laughing about it, making fun, and I remember I literally privated and deleted all the videos on the spot.
No way.
Yeah, I was so embarrassed.
Bro.
That was a big moment, because I was like, you know, I want to do this, and I have to just like let go of all my insecurities I have around posting myself online. At the start, I'd talk like Casey Neistat, I'd talk like these certain YouTubers, and then I really didn't see anything work out until I started being a bit more vulnerable and started like actually just being myself, which is really, really hard. Yeah, it's just, the rest is just hard work, I think, for the past 2 years. Yeah, just, you know, I had periods where I just didn't sleep. That's kind of what pushed me over the edge to just quit without any plan or strategy to try and make this content thing work.
Today on the Kickin' It Pod, I sit down with Hyu Kawabe. Hugh's a Melbourne-based creative who went from working as a roofer to becoming a full-time content creator and videographer. Today, he runs his own business, manages a team, and is still figuring it all out as he goes. And the best part is, he's not afraid to document the journey. All of it. The wins, the losses, and everything in between. In this convo, we talk about that messy middle, the uncomfortable growth that comes with turning a passion into a business. Hugh gets real about the challenges of leadership, the pressure of monetizing your creativity, and why showing the process is sometimes more important than showing the end result. So if you're a creative who really wants to build something real, but you're still just trying to figure it out, this one's really going to hit home. So let's get into it. Anyone who follows you would already kind of be aware of your story because you share it so openly. But for people like who haven't, like, where'd you start? You've been doing the videography thing, content for 2 years now?
Yeah,
just over 2 years.
Yeah, just over 2 years, I think. Yeah.
So before the video work, what were you doing?
So
and what was the mind? Where were you at? Like, what was the headspace?
Yeah, well, so directly before this, I was roofing. So I was a tradie, and I had been doing that for about 18 months. And then before that, I was in digital marketing, which a lot of people don't know.
Wow.
And then before that, I took a gap year, and I just finished high school.
Okay.
So I never went to university.
Okay.
So
were you meant to?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mum's Japanese, so I have a
cool.
stepdad who's Australian.
Yep.
But my mum's very Japanese, and yeah,
What does that mean?
It means that she's, you know, she cares a lot about uni. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
cool.
she told me that her dream was for me to go to university.
Oh wow.
So when I told her I wasn't going to university, it was like it was a saga. Yeah.
How does that go down? Are you scared? Like, are you scared to have that conversation?
It was a really interesting thing where I was working. So after high school,
Yeah.
I got into architecture, but
Okay.
I wasn't really, like, for me, it wasn't like that thing where I was like, yeah, I know I want to be an architect in the future. And I also definitely was an academic. I'm not like a scholar by any means. Like in high school, I just played video games. Like in the morning, I'd play video games.
Yeah.
During school, play video games.
Yeah.
Would like sit under the desks and just play video games.
Wow.
And then after school, just play video games until 12.
When you're doing this, are you thinking like, what do I want to be in the future?
No.
Yeah.
I'm just
okay.
thinking about how I can get to prestige master quicker than my mates.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Cool,
so
cool.
in my head I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about university. Like,
Yep.
I'm not sure about this. And so
Did you just not like school? Like, not it wasn't enjoyable?
Yeah, I just felt like the stuff that I was learning, I just wouldn't apply to my life in the future.
Yep.
And so I like studying when it's something that I'm passionate about and
Yeah.
that I'm interested in.
Yep.
When it's something that I'm not interested in, I'm just like, I just don't want to do this at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
At that time, did you know it? Like, were there things that you were passionate about? Were you like,
Video.
video?
yeah, video always, since the age of 11.
Wow.
So I'd been making YouTube videos from the age of 11,
Wow.
watching like My Johnny, Ryan Higa,
Yep.
PewDiePie, all those YouTubers, and then like moved on to Alfie Days and the UK YouTubers, Fun for Louis,
Wow.
then Casey Neistat,
Yep.
Logan Paul, all that sort of stuff. All those sorts
Since
of
you were
people.
11, you're watching YouTube?
Yeah. And well, that's when I made my first video when I was
Wow.
11. And it was like I remember I bought like this camera that I thought was really cool. It was like a 4D Sony camera.
Yeah.
I don't know what was 4D about it, but it had like 2 lenses. Really weird. It's crazy. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It's a terrible camera. But it had a little remote control, and I just like set that up.
Yeah.
And I just like pretend to talk to myself. Like it'd be a skit. So
Wow.
I'd make that.
Yeah,
and
okay,
The
okay.
worst videos ever. But
But you were putting yourself out there.
yeah, I was trying. Yeah, I tried. It was an interesting thing because I did YouTube and I thought it was really, really cool, and I thought everyone thought it was cool. Then I got into high school, and then I was like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel like this. These are my videos, and like I thought they were funny, and so I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then I remember one time we were in class and someone was playing my videos.
Yeah. No way.
And I was laughing at the start.
Yep.
And then I noticed them laughing. I noticed other people laughing.
Oh, no.
And I noticed they were laughing because it was cringe. And not because it was actually funny.
Yeah.
And then after that point,
How did you feel?
oh, I felt terrible. From that day onwards, I think I deleted my channel.
No way.
And I would always come back to YouTube like 2 weeks later because I loved making videos.
Yeah.
But as soon as anyone found out, I would private videos and I'd delete my channel.
No way.
I remember a birthday party that I had with my close friends. They found my YouTube channel and they put it up on the big screen TV.
No way.
Yeah, and I remember they were laughing about it, making fun, and I remember I literally privated and deleted all the videos on the spot.
No way.
Yeah, I was so embarrassed.
Bro.
Yeah. So I remember not too long ago, actually, it's probably like 3 years ago, when I decided to give content another crack.
What are the conversations you're having with yourself? Like you just had an experience that most people are like terrified of.
Yeah. I was I remember I recorded a video talking about starting YouTube again.
Yep.
And I remember I posted it and like I was just so nervous and I was just like I think I was physically shaking.
Yeah.
And I remember I was just refreshing my page to see if like people were like,
engaging.
Hating.
Oh,
Just
hating.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
wow,
more concerned about the hate. I was more concerned about the hate.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a big moment because I was like, I want to do this, and I have to just like let go of all my insecurities I have around posting myself online. Yeah,
How do you think you get over that? Is it just self-talk?
You just have to do it.
But why though? Is it because did you have a goal or a dream? Like, yeah.
100%. That's the thing. It was like I know that my end goal is YouTube. Surprisingly, I'm not sure if you know that, but yeah, my end goal with this whole content thing is to make YouTube videos.
Okay.
And do that for a living, pretty much. Like when I quit roofing, for the next 30 days, I created a YouTube video every single day.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I had no idea. When I quit roofing, I had no plan, no strategy, nothing. I was like, all I know is that I love making videos. Yep. So I'm just going to make videos on YouTube.
Wow.
And yeah, that led to, that's a whole rabbit hole in itself. But that led to, me making food content just to try and get good food here and there.
What do you, because you said you had a gap year, digital marketing, and then roofing.
Yeah. So
this whole time, do you just feel like, how are you feeling throughout those years?
Yeah. So going back to my mum and her dream of me going to uni, after high school, I was just like, I'm not really sure how I feel about uni. And so I convinced my parents to let me take a gap year, which I think most students in Australia should really consider. Yep. Because, you go through schooling, right? Yep. For like 6 years of schooling in high school. And you don't really, a lot of people just don't know what they're passionate about, don't know what they're super interested in, can't imagine themselves doing multiple different careers, and they haven't tried a lot of things, right?
True.
In high school, you just hang out with friends, you just study whatever they teach you in school. Yep. Maybe you play sport here and there, but a lot of people don't really try different career paths or like, different things. Yep. So I was like, guys, I'm thinking about taking a gap year, and I want to try a bunch of different stuff. And my mum was like, no. You're not doing that. just go into university, and in university you can try a bunch of different things, right? Yeah. My dad was more open to the idea because my dad actually ran away from home when he was 14.
Oh wow.
And he was like, he didn't go to uni, so he knew that like you don't. Have
you knew
to
you could convince him.
No, I had no idea, but I took a gap year and I did a bunch of different jobs. So I did door-to-door sales. I worked 2 different retail jobs, one at Zara, one at Angus & Coots. I did YouTube. I started a clothing brand. I was doing photography at events and parties and stuff.
Awesome.
And after 6 months, one day I was working at Angus & Coots. Yep. And I met this guy, and he basically has a marketing agency. Yep. And he came in to buy watches, got along with him, talked to him for about 30 minutes in store, asking him questions about business, marketing, everything like that. Told him my entire life story. Yeah. And he said, if you go to university, it's going to be the biggest regret of your life. Yeah. And mind you, this is the first time I met the guy. So I'm just like,
why am I taking life advice from this guy?
Yeah, but he had a lot of conviction when he said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. And so I went home, and for the next 3 days straight, in my head, all I could hear was, if you go to university, it's going to be the biggest regret of your life. Even at night, I'd just stay up and I'd just look up into the ceiling and I'd just think about that.
Yep.
Then on the third day, I, without any plan, like I didn't plan to do this, I literally walked into the living room where my parents were, and I was like, guys, I don't think I want to go to university. And that was the worst thing I ever did. But also the best thing I ever did. But my mum cried for 3 days straight.
Yep.
Literally, you know, she came back from tennis training once, walked up the stairs, and she was crying.
Wow.
You know, she cooked me dinner. She was crying.
Yep.
And my grandma called me from Japan, and she was like, "You're not a part of the family anymore." Yeah. Now my grandpa convinced my grandma to forgive me. Yeah,
that's heavy, bro.
It was bad.
Yeah.
And I remember leading up to that point, I was like, I have to be okay with knowing that if I don't go to university, I might get disowned. Like in my head, I was like, and this may not have been reality, but in my head, I was like, there's a 50-50 chance that if I tell my parents I'm not going to university and I decide not to go to university, they're going to kick me out.
Yeah.
I had to come to terms with the fact that that could happen.
Like preparing for the worst kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So that was a big moment. But I think if I went to university, I would have ended up joining a uni club and partying every weekend and drinking a lot of alcohol and going to raves and stuff like that. I genuinely think I would have gone down that path.
Well, given what you were doing in high school, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly. Because I wouldn't have enjoyed what I was studying. Architecture's cool. It just wasn't. Like, I enjoy drawing, but when it comes to the technical things, I'm just like, and the maths and the numbers, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy it, I think. So I would have had to party a lot to make up for that.
Yeah. You can tell that they do it for, like, because they want the best for you.
100%.
Also, you know?
100%.
So it's like, it's because they love you.
Yeah.
That they want, and they want the best for you.
Yeah.
And they've put in all this, like, I don't know, I don't have kids, right? But imagine like raising a kid and putting all this time and effort into them. You're like, I've put too much into this to not have this kid grow up and be something.
Yeah.
So I can see, like, I can imagine, like, that's where they're coming from.
Yeah.
It's not, and then, I get it.
Were your parents, like, what was your path? Like, what was your path to getting to this
My
point?
parents were so cool, man. Yeah, they were like, if you're happy, like that, like they obviously wanted security for me. So if I had a job, they were stoked.
Oh, gotcha.
Just a job like roofing. I did when I first got out of school. I was 18. The first job I was the same as you, man. I played sport every day. Basketball was my thing. Like I was really good in high school because I just played 7 days a week.
Yeah, gotcha.
No studying. Like there was no. And the second I realized, I would have been like 8 or 9. When my parents were like, if you don't want to go to uni, you don't have to. Like those words were like, I'm not studying ever again. That was it. I'm like, I just got this like pass to like, cool. There's like that expectation's not there of me. I'm just not going to, which I don't recommend, by the way.
Right.
You know, like if I look back, I'm like, I spent all that time there. I should have studied or learned something and put a bit more effort into it. But I just wanted to play, man. I just wanted to enjoy my life. Yeah. So it was just like hanging out with my mates that I play with when I'm not playing basketball. That was it until I finished school. Then when I finished school, I was like, what do? I'll just get a job. And I was a forklift driver. My parents were so happy because I was working with like old men. I was 18. All these dudes were like in their 40s and 50s. Like, this is the job that you think back then, like our parents' age, they just got a job and stayed there for years and years and years. And they just use that, like you pay the bills, you get a house, you do all that stuff. They were stoked. And I was like, looking back now, like I would have been miserable. I did it for maybe 2 years, 2.5 years, because I was like, cool, I'm getting paid. I was getting paid more than all my friends because they were going to uni. Yeah,
and forklift drivers actually.
Yeah, man, I was getting paid like an adult. I was like, this is mad. Like in my head, I was like, I made it. I got more money than all my friends, which wasn't a lot. Man, I can't even remember. It would have been like 50 grand or something. Yeah. A year, but like when it's the first money you're making, 100%. You're just like, this is awesome. Then I can party whenever I want. But then I realized like, no, I should like. You start to realize like you can't do this forever. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe it's just, I think from like people around that time onwards started like not thinking the way our parents do. It's more like, I want to do something I enjoy rather than, there were a lot of times my parents did a lot of jobs. Like you ask them now, the jobs they did, they hated.
Yeah, interesting.
They didn't enjoy
Yeah.
their work, but I don't think people at that time did. There were a lot of immigrants, right?
Yeah.
So my parents couldn't speak English.
Yeah.
They just came. They came from like a poorer country,
Yeah.
and this is what I'm getting at. Like they came from a poorer country, didn't know how to speak the language, so they sacrificed everything,
Yeah.
their family, their home, like what they're familiar with, to this uncomfortable place where they can't talk to anyone,
Yeah.
to work shit jobs that they don't like for years and years and years. The purpose of doing that, the sacrifice of that, is to have a family, to give their kids an opportunity that they didn't have. This is what I've come to learn.
Yeah.
Right? And this is why I think they just want the best for you. And that's
100%.
kind of where I was at. But then you have that, I don't know what it is about us in this age where we don't think that way. We don't at all.
Yeah.
And we just want to be like, if I don't enjoy it, I need to make a change.
Yeah.
Like I need to be happy while I'm working.
Yeah.
And I know that that's like the majority these days.
Do you think that's a bad thing?
No.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I understand like when I look back, the thing is now it's like I want to do something that makes me happy for work.
Yeah.
But I also so deeply want to succeed at it
Yeah.
because I know the sacrifices that they've gone through and I don't want to let them down. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
cool, I won't go to uni. I know that's what you really wanted. It's not because you wanted me to go to uni. It's because you wanted the best for me and you wanted me to succeed.
Yeah.
I want to prove to you that we can get to that same goal with me doing something I love. Like you just have to trust me.
Yeah.
And I think a lot
And
of
they
the
trusted
drive
you.
and the work
Yeah.
that you do
Yeah.
is like you work and work and work because you so badly want it to work out to prove to them like that everything you did, that whole sacrifice, you coming here, you doing all that shit, like it was worth it. Like I'm not gonna fuck it up by partying and doing all this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I relate to that so much, right?
Yeah, and it's that, and I feel that's why when I saw your story, I could relate to it. You know, like you really want to do what you're passionate about, but at the same time, like you don't want to let these people down. And,
Yeah.
and when you have that first conversation, you feel like you have.
Yeah.
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 And then so going back to you then roofing, how do you have the balls to just go out and do it? Like, what's the plan when you're like, I'm going to start making videos?
Yeah.
That's cool and that's fun. Like you're doing the fun thing. But what goal did you set? Was it like, I wanted, because you're obviously making a lot of your money now, not on YouTube,
Yeah.
right? So like, what's the initial goal? Is it like making a certain amount of money, having a certain amount of clients or following?
Yeah.
And then what are like the first steps to get there? Like, what's the plan to get to where you think you want to be?
Yeah. Good question. I think for me, my whole life it's been a slow progression to YouTube. And it's like initially I thought it was like, okay, just make a bunch of money, and then
Yeah.
I can like, work less. Maybe I can like retire early and then make videos.
That was the goal.
That was the goal.
Yeah,
That was
wow.
make millions.
Yeah, yeah,
as I was
As
like,
a YouTuber.
I remember I wrote down in my notebook, I was like, penthouse New York, for what was it, Porsche GTR,
Hell
GT, whatever it was.
Yep.
And just a bunch of money, and then it was like a YouTube symbol.
Yes.
I didn't realize. I feel like I've always been delusionally optimistic.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I've
you
always
should
been like, I can do this,
Mhm.
and then I do it, and then I'm like, oh, it was like it's actually more difficult than I thought.
Yeah.
But I don't regret that
Mhm.
side of me, because I still push through it, even if it gets difficult.
Yep.
But yeah, like I got into digital marketing, and one of the bosses at the time, he wants to have his own art gallery, but he's really gone down the route of just make money, and he's multi-millionaire.
Mhm.
So he's always had the mindset that make all your money by working hard, and then when you're 30 or something, 35, retire and do the thing you really want to do.
Okay.
And to be fair, he's achieving that. He's like 30. I think he's just turned 30, and he
Wow.
showed me his bank account and everything, and he's
wow.
got a lot of money, so he's probably gonna achieve that.
Yep.
And for me though, I kind of adopted that,
Yep.
and I was like, oh, I don't know, like, I don't know if I want to go down that route, but I tried. So
Okay.
every year that I was in digital marketing, even when I was in roofing, the
Yep.
goal was just money. Just
Okay.
make money.
Yep.
And then if I get spare time, just chip away at YouTube and
Cool.
making videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it got into, so I did 9 months of work with roofers, and then I
That's cool.
started my own business for 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember
Started your own business doing what?
roofing.
Oh, wow. Damn, you had your
Yeah.
own roofing business.
Yeah. So
Oh, shit.
basically, the way it happened
Yeah.
is really interesting, actually. So I worked digital marketing.
Yep.
And I decided to quit to try and start my own marketing agency.
Yep.
I had one client when I quit, and he was a roofer in Adelaide.
Adelaide?
Yeah.
How far is Adelaide from here?
Adelaide
Ages. It's a flight.
It is a flight. Yeah,
Shit.
it's a flight. But I think it's closer than Sydney. I think.
Yeah, I
maybe.
think it would be.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I ran Facebook ads for him, and me and my dad, because my dad's been in roofing for 25 years doing
Yep.
sales. We worked for 6 months every single day trying to figure out how to build the campaign for it to get actual results
Yep.
consistently.
Mm.
And so we'd create like 78 landing pages for it. We'd create 167 Facebook campaigns. We
Wow.
created 16 or 17 video ads.
Yep.
And then we landed on like 6 creatives that worked really, really well consistently.
Mm.
We landed on the campaigns would always rotate, and we came up with the best variation of a landing page, but we also used lead forms towards the end. But we found the system that worked, and we still use it today, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And so I knew that, okay, I tried running the marketing agency, and I tried having that system and giving it to other roofers. So I tried starting a marketing agency for roofers,
Yep.
but I just got scammed. Like roofers would give 10 free leads,
Yeah.
and we knew they were good leads,
Yep.
but they'd just take that and they'd be like, yeah, let's do the first month. And then they just wouldn't pay us. We did cost per lead, or pay per lead.
Yep.
We'd do, retainers.
Yep.
And we had 2 people in Melbourne. They both scammed us. Had people in
Wow.
Brisbane or Sydney, I can't remember.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out.
Damn.
So in my head, I was like, we just spent 6 months, and we spent our own, like $6,000 of our own money
Yeah.
into this.
Yep.
To try and not the client, like the client paid us $1,500, but we also invested $6,000 on top of the $1,500 a month that he'd pay us to try and figure this out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, this sucks. We've put so much effort in, and then I actually got a job at Aldi packing boxes.
No way.
Yeah. And I was like, I was actually going to become a forklift driver.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy because I was like, maybe I'll continue doing marketing or something else. I'm not too sure.
Yep.
And then I was like, I worked there for about probably 2-3 weeks, and it was actually okay, to be honest. Like factory work, I actually didn't mind it.
Yeah.
Good, decent money.
Yep.
And physically, it was actually good to get out and just work physically instead of staying in an office.
True.
But I was like, I feel like I want to do more. I'd always like flick back my notebooks and see Penthouse Hugh.
That's still there.
And so I was like, you know what if I became a roofer? Like, I know how to get the jobs. All I have to do is just learn how to do the roofing work.
Yep.
And then I could probably create a decent business from this. So at the time, because we were getting leads, but no business really wanted to pay us for the leads, we had some, like, my dad ended up calling some of the leads and just being like, because companies would always be like, yeah, the leads are shit, or like, we've had the leads before. My dad called them up because he's been in roofing sales for ages. And he was like, yeah, like, let me call the leads and try and figure it out and see if they're actually bad or not. He closed a lot of the leads. So they were good leads.
Yep.
So then we had these jobs, and he passed them off he went on Gumtree, found a bunch of roofers, said, hey, we have these like jobs, do you want to take them? And he'd just take a cut on top.
Yep.
So that's what he does
cool.
full time now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he has about 3 or 4 roofers that he just does
That's
the
awesome.
Facebook campaign, sells the job, puts a commission on top, and just gives them to the roofer.
That's cool.
So anyways, I ended up working with a few of those people for about 9 months, learning roofing. And then after the next 9 months, I bought my equipment, bought my van, bought everything.
Damn.
Spent tens of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
And then, at the 9-month point, probably at the 6-month point, I remember I created a video on YouTube where it was just such a depressing video. It was like, literally like, the struggles of doing this job that I hated.
Yeah.
And, it was like a cinematic depiction of how I was feeling at the time, which was, this sucks.
You just weren't enjoying it.
I did definitely over dramatize it, but the schedule was early morning, go to the tile yard, do roofing job up until like 3-4 p.m. Then I'd go home, have dinner, refresh a bit, and then go to Monash University and record YouTube videos and edit till midnight. And so I did that every single day.
Damn.
Did that for about 3 months, gained about 1,000 subscribers. And
Over 3 months.
Yeah. And I had this video. It was we went to the F1 and had a bunch of footage, and I didn't know what to make. So I made this video called like Sending It. or something like that.
Mm.
And I had basically talked about how these F1 drivers, there's only like 25 seats or something like
Yep.
that in the F1. And in order for them to get to that point, they all just dedicated their entire life to doing this one thing, right? Which is driving and trying to get to that point. So I was like, look, I could go down the route of trying to make money doing roofing and do YouTube on the side and try and make it eventually, or I could just send it.
Mm.
And I talked about that concept. And my dad saw the video. And in my mind, I was like, I'm not going to quit roofing. It's just an idea, right?
Yeah.
My dad saw that video and he was like, because he was making like $100,000
Yeah.
commission just from selling my jobs at the time.
Yep.
So he heard that I was thinking about quitting in his head, and he was like, yo, I'm making money.
Yeah,
chill,
so
like,
yeah.
relax. He actually got pretty angry.
Wow.
Yeah, he got pretty angry. And he was kind of like, why would you kind of make that video? Like, think about this sort of thing. And in my head, I was like, Dad, chill. Like, it was just an idea I had. I just wanted to make a YouTube video, right?
Yep.
But he, I think it was interesting because had he have not gotten angry and been like, yo, like, what the hell's happening? Like, why are you making this video? It wouldn't have blown out of proportion because that conflict and that video itself turned into like a bit of an eruption of arguments. And that kind of frustrated me. And then that was pretty much the reason why I ended up quitting. Had he not gone angry and just ignored the video,
Yep.
I would have probably kept on doing roofing.
Yeah, wow.
I think. Yeah, because it would have just always stayed as an idea.
Yep.
But because my dad was like pressing me about it, and for me, I was like, I think I've always had this thing where I want to prove people wrong. And so, yeah, my dad was kind of like, I remember one time when I was 16 or 17, he was like, yeah, like, because I talked about wanting to be a YouTuber, and he was like, yeah, it's kind of like winning the lottery, right? We're watching the Golden Globes at the time or something. He was like, yeah, it's like Leonardo DiCaprio winning this. It's like very, like, the chances, right?
Yeah.
And so when we had that argument, I took it as he doesn't think I can do this. And yeah, that's kind of what pushed me over the edge to just quit without any plan or strategy to try and make this content thing work.
True. Is it almost like these people don't believe in me, so like they're controlling everything, because if we left it up to him, there's no chance.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, true. That wouldn't make I get it. I think I'd react the same way.
Yeah.
I think we think very similarly.
Yeah. So that was the tipping point, and then it's just the rest is just hard work. I think for the past 2 years. Yeah, just I had periods where I just didn't sleep, all nighters.
How did you start getting your first clients?
I had no idea at the start because I was making YouTube videos.
Of course.
For 30 days straight. I made YouTube videos and I gained maybe 1,000 subscribers, but also like
That's some good momentum.
It's not bad, but also it was like $0, not monetized. Like I was like, okay, how long can I keep doing this until I can make enough to survive?
True.
Because my parents care about money. Like they care about money. My mum, she got divorced with my dad, when I was 1. And so she was living off food stamps and like she was broke. So she really cared about my security. And my dad left when he was he left home when he was 14. So he was like on the streets, like literally he told me stories of, literally working as hard as he could, going around like hotel by hotel to try and get a job, business by business, stuff like that. So I did know that making money was important, but for me, I had no idea. And at the start, I had a bit of savings, and I was like, let me just try and do this, have fun with making content. But I love food as well. So, when I was in roofing, to compensate for the shit work, I would just eat a lot. I would go out and eat sushi, good food, right?
Reward yourself for your hard work.
Pretty much, bro. Yeah. I could also eat whatever I wanted because it's 8 hours of work, however long it is of working up on the roof physically, burning so many calories.
True.
So I was just like, I can eat KFC, McDonald's, whatever I want.
Yeah.
And then sushi, anything. And when I quit roofing, I was like, okay, I got to make these savings last as long as possible. And so I was eating canned tuna and steamed vegetables from the little frozen
How
packets.
much money did you have saved when you quit?
So I had to pay taxes, which I had no idea about.
Okay.
So I had about 40,000, and then after paying for a bunch of things,
Yep.
because I hadn't even paid taxes since 18.
Yeah.
So it was a
Oh,
lot. I
shit.
think I had
Okay.
about like just over 15 grand
Yep.
saved up, which is like fuck. Like after I was like 40 grand, like that's chill.
Yep.
After paying everything, I was like, like
Not much
anyways,
left.
Taxes.
Yeah, they can sting you.
Yeah. So yeah, I had done that, and I love food. So I just gone. I was like, in my head, I was like, thinking of YouTube ideas because I was making YouTube videos every day, and one of the videos was, why don't I try and like somehow get a free meal so I can not eat canned tuna 6 out of the 7 days, you know? So I was like, let me try and make a video out of getting one free meal a week. And so I went to Axel Coffee. I was on crutches at the time because I tore my ACL playing indoor soccer.
Oh, damn.
And I remember I was just like hobbling with one, like crutches, filming like a little food video. Paid for my meal, recorded it, edited it, sent it to 10 different cafes and restaurants, and one responded.
Wow.
And that was Plus Coffee & Co. I'll never forget it. And yeah, they gave me a sandwich and a coffee. Multiple, actually. It was really, really good. And in my head, I was like, I cannot believe this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so like grateful that I get this food. This is valued at like $50.
Yeah.
Like I just saved myself $50 and I'm just making this simple reel.
Yeah.
Like this is crazy. So then I did that. Made that video, sent it off to another 10 cafes. One responded. Then I started posting the fact that I was doing
How are you sending it to cafes?
Instagram.
Just Instagram,
Literally,
just DMs.
You know, the biggest, because I do coaching now for videographers.
Cool.
The biggest problem I see is people overthink things. And so the messages, I remember because I made videos talking about doing free work.
Yep.
And this one, I can't remember, I think it was Emmanuel, one of my guys I'm coaching right now. And he was trying to get free work. And I was looking at his message that he's sent businesses, and it was like a book. It was like a book, and I'm like, bro, you don't need to sell. Like, it's a free video. Like, literally, I was like, bro, all I say is literally, hey, like, I love your cafe. I'd love to record a free video in exchange for a coffee or a sandwich. Would you be down to get me to shoot a video for you? Send a little clip of a video that you shot. Should send that beforehand, sorry, and then the message. And yeah, just send that to 10 cafes, 20 cafes. And you'll pretty much get a response most of the time. And so, yeah, I did that. And yeah, it led to just more and more cafes. And then I'd post also the fact that I'm doing this kind of like UGC, like, you know, doing free promo videos for restaurants and stuff. And I was posting on TikTok and Instagram at the time. And this this dessert cafe called Kumo hit me up. And I did a video for them, and then that video got like 141K on TikTok.
Wow.
And from that alone, I got a lot more free shoots, and I got agencies hitting me up, which is a big thing, because those agencies came up to me and they were like, hey, I know you're doing free work right now. What if I pay you $50 for a reel? And I was like, $50? Damn, okay.
Now we're talking.
yeah. I was like, oh my God. And I remember that was such a big deal. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What if I just do 500 videos a month? 500 videos times 50, you know? So,
yeah.
So
this is good.
I kept on. I basically worked with I said yes to everything, like everything, free work, you know, $50 work, anything. And
where did this work ethic come from? That sounds like a lot of work.
I think as soon as I took my gap year, honestly, and seeing my mum, actually maybe year 12, because up until year 12, I played video games.
Yeah, you're playing video games. Like, there's no hard work here, man.
But every year, my parents would see the report card. They'd be like, Hugh, what's going on here?
We're losing him.
Like, you're Asian, man. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
So, every year I'd be like, I'd feel slightly guilty, to be honest. And my family, my mom and my dad are like very sweet. They're like being the best parents. And every year I'd feel slightly guilty. And then year 12 came and I was like, okay, I guess I should probably start thinking about my life a bit. Like I loved watching YouTubers and seeing like Casey Neistat and like seeing people achieve great things. And I kind of wanted that. So I was like, okay, maybe year 12, like I'll try a bit so that I'll just be okay in the future. You know, I'll just be able to survive without having to live at home my whole life. So yeah, year 12, I tried and I completely like got rid of gaming and I would work. Study. Tried to study. And I got like
effort.
Pretty much. And I'm not sure, you're based in Sydney, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, so in Melbourne, do you guys have ATAR?
ATAR.
That's so it's like the end of score. End of
your
year.
mark?
Yeah, pretty much. End of exam score. And it was a very average 73.5. but yeah, like I worked so incredibly hard.
Mm.
I was slightly disappointed that I got 73.5. I thought I got at least like a 96. No,
Yeah, if you
but-
got a mark for effort, it'd be a lot higher, right?
100%. Because I was in recess, like lunchtime, like I even tucked my shirt in, bro.
You don't get
Like,
points for that?
But no, I had really good teachers. I had a teacher called Miss Biffer, and she would stay back with a bunch of us after school when she wasn't getting paid either, just to kind of help us with work. And year 12 was when I was like, okay, like I know that if I work hard, even if I'm not the smartest guy in the world, I can just get by.
Yep.
Like that score was like just getting by, and I was like, okay, as long as I work hard, I'll be okay.
Yep.
And then then there were another moment was taking a gap year, and my parents being not happy about that, and I was like, okay, shit, like I need to figure something out. And then obviously when I decided not to go to university, and my mom was crying, and my grandma disowned me, that was like a big, I gotta prove that I will be okay.
Yes.
And I'm gonna work incredibly hard to get there.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where it came from.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you were cool with just taking on all this work.
Yeah, pretty much. Because, bro, when I got the opportunity, so I got the opportunity, that guy who came into the jewelry store, I ended up offering a free, like, photo shoot, met up with his business partner, got along well. I told them about how crazy the situation was at home, the fact that my mom was crying a lot and my dad was backing up my mom and stuff like that. They were like, we understand, like, if you want to come to the office and just get away from your family for a bit,
cool.
Feel free to come into the office literally whenever you want, bro. We'll be in 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah,
when
wow.
Lucas and Lockie, they were the two guys, and so I took that a bit too literally, I think. And for the next 2 weeks, 6 a.m. when the first boss would come in, I'd come in, and then when the last boss would leave, which was 8 to 10 p.m., I'd leave.
Wow.
So I would just stay the entire time.
What are you doing while you're there?
Well, I had a photography like thing,
Yep.
and so I was building websites, but also mingling with like the other digital marketing people who were there, and there were some really cool people actually who worked there. Some were salespeople, some were account managers, some were specialists, but like just talking to them as well was really cool. I remember this was one guy called Ed Hodge. He had a business called My High, which was like an infrared sauna blanket thing, and I'd seen him working on it back in the day in the office, and he ended up like I think selling that business for a lot of money. He ended up partnering with the UFC at one stage as well, which is pretty crazy. So literally every single day, whether it be Easter holiday, Anzac, Christmas, New Year's, I'd literally be in the office. I didn't take any days off unless I was like dying of sickness.
Yeah, wow.
And then I think just doing that for 3 years and it just feels weird not working, I think now.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You instilled it in you, which is good.
Pretty much. I'm very grateful for, Lockie and Lucas, because they work incredibly hard as well. And just being around them was really big for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. When you go through periods like that, it doesn't matter how long for a decent amount of time where you work that much, you almost, later on down the track, if anything ever gets super busy, like you can back yourself because you've done it before.
Yeah.
Like you've proven it to you. Oh man, I can work every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless of what it is. I know I can work hard.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times in any industry, that'll get you in.
Yeah.
Just work hard. Like, I know I can work hard. And a lot of people don't have that.
100%.
And people who are looking to hire people look for that. Hey man, this guy just works hard, and you can get a chance, you can get a shot anywhere by having that work ethic. So it's good to go through those periods.
Yeah. What about you? I mean, you obviously work hard, and you're doing. I mean, I looked at your thing, and you're doing a bunch of different things as well.
Yeah, true, man. That's just been me forever.
Yeah.
Since it's good because there's like a whole period. When I first started, it was just I was single. I had all the time in the world to just focus on this thing.
Yeah.
And because I had nothing else going on, I lived by myself. Right. And you can work from home. That was the good part.
Yeah.
So I remember I'd wake up at 6. I lived above a cafe. So I'd go downstairs, I'd get a coffee. By 6:30, I would start. And I'd start working. Middle of the day, I'd go to the gym to work out. That was my break. And then I'd come back and I'd do the second half of the day. Yeah. And if I had no clients, I had to be reaching out to people. I had something. Yeah. And in that apartment, I on purpose had no TV, nothing. Yeah. There was just a desk with a computer, had my cameras and a fridge and my bed. Yeah. Nothing else. I was so committed to making this work. I think especially because I was in my 30s too. Gotcha. People were like, you're in your 30s, what are you doing? Yeah. So I was like, I need to prove that this is going to work, and I need to give it my best shot. And I'm in no relationship, no other commitments. I can really go for it.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I did it for 7 days a week for like 2 years, 3 years. So I can resonate with the work ethic that you had, because I had that. And I think it is good, because now whenever, like, I feel confident taking things on, doing a pod, doing meetups, doing this. And because it's like, I know I can do it.
Yeah.
The hard part though was that, like, I did that for 2-3 years. And I'm all for working hard. I think it's mad. There are a lot of people that they talk about the hustle and you got to grind, and I believe that. But at the same time, that what I found was that can only take you so far.
How many years? So would you say 2 years, or how?
What am I now? Yeah, maybe 3 years, where I started realizing, like, I've reached a point where there's only so many hours in a week, and I can't work 7 days forever. Like, there's other things to life, because you start losing other things. You lose your mates, you lose, like, your health, because you're just working all the time.
100%.
And then it's like, there's a ceiling to it. Like, you can only work so hard for so long, for so many hours a day. And then you see other people who are succeeding, like the same as you, or like when you're hanging out with the guys that you're hanging out with, it's like they're making it work. They're way ahead of me, and they're working less than me. And I was like, I need to find a way. Like, it's cool to keep the work ethic, but I also have to be smarter about how I do this. And then that's when I started. And there was also burnout and overwhelm, which you have spoken about a lot.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that you talk about that I've also experienced, of like saying yes to absolutely everything. One, I wanted to say yes to everything because I thought I could.
Yep.
And two, I just had a big problem saying no to people.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. If they are, deep down, I'm like, when I talk to this guy, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then we'd be talking. I'm like, sure, bro, let's do it. Like, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? I just can't say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because you just convince yourself that you can. Like, I've worked hard before. This is good money. I could use this for something else. And you just take it on. But then what I realized also is that when you take on too much work, you're stressed. You don't show up as your best version. You're not doing your best work. Delivery times are late. Your customer service is shit house. And you're not providing a good service to the clients that you do have, who you should be treating well. And then everything just goes to shit. So it's like, working hard works well to a certain point, until it can all just go terribly wrong. And then you feel stressed. You're not doing good work. Like, nothing's good. And you're not in a good place, like, mentally or creatively. And you have to figure out, like, how do I fix this? Even though it sounds like a good problem to have, because everyone's like, oh, you're so busy. They're good problems to have. But it's like, yeah, man, but like, you just can't. And I feel like you've experienced these similar situations.
You know what's really interesting? I only discovered that pretty recently.
Yeah. And how have you found that?
So it was actually...
Because that's a lot of work, bro. As if when you're saying, I just started saying yes to everything and all this thing, like, it's very obvious from someone like listening to you. It's like, that's going to lead to exactly where I was.
Yeah. So when did you realize that for yourself?
There were times, like 2 or 3 years in, where I realized I was just super stressed out, and I thought, this is just a busy period. Well, I just need to get through these couple of months, and it'll pass. And then it would for a little bit, but then you just end up back in the same situation. It was like 2-3 years, man.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I'm about 6 years in now. So it's like trying to figure out ways to better. And still, it's an ongoing thing. I'm still trying to figure this out. Like, the problem arises in different ways.
Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah. I was get a bit vulnerable here. I was seeing a girl recently, and so you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, bro.
You have to find a good one.
Because I just found it really, really hard. And I realized that I can't keep on working 7 days a week, every single day until midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I just can't keep on doing this if I want to have a family in the future and all that sort of stuff, right? And maintain a healthy relationship and just be healthy myself.
Yes.
So that was a big switch. I'm very thankful for that girl that I'm not seeing her anymore, but I'm grateful that she made me realize that.
Yes.
Because that kind of changed everything. And so now I do take on jobs like film work myself,
Mhm.
but I actually hand off a lot of work,
Mm.
and I just take an overhead on top.
Cool.
So just commission.
Yep.
So I do
Is that
coaching.
something you learned from your dad?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that, yeah.
it actually is. And so I run, and this is really recent, bro. But yeah, I literally ran Facebook ads last week or the week before.
Mm-hmm.
I created 2 campaigns: one lead form, one landing page that goes directly to the website.
Mm-hmm.
The lead form, I got 7 or 8 leads. I think 8 leads, and each lead was about $18. The
Mm-hmm.
website, I didn't set up the pixel for that, so I don't know how many.
Yeah, okay.
I think I got about 5 or 6 leads, and I spent about $140 or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started doing that, and yeah, for the past 2 weeks, I've just been handing work off.
Yeah, cool.
Which has been pretty crazy.
How are you finding those guys?
Well, okay, so there's Eric,
Yep.
who was actually my business partner at one
Mhm.
stage. It didn't work out with us, and I gave him a few clients when we split,
Mhm.
and he's, I kind of helped him throughout the process, but
Mhm.
I hand work to him, and I know that he's good because he worked with me for 6 months,
Mhm.
and he kind of has a similar style of filming,
Mm.
and he knows exactly how I think because those 6 months working together, we were with each other
Yeah,
every
cool.
single day. So he's very reliable. So I hand work to him all the time. Emmanuel as well,
Mhm.
who's just quit his job. I hand work to him, and he's really good actually. He's now that he's quit his job and he's going to do this full time, he's going to be a gun.
Yep.
And then Philip, who I started coaching him about 3 months ago,
Mm.
and he worked at a production house, got scammed $13,000 from this production house.
Shit.
Literally was working there for a year or two, I think, and then towards the end they just weren't paying him, and then he was asking for money. One day they were like, "Hey, Philip, sorry, we're going bankrupt."
Wow.
Yeah, and he can't pursue them legally. He doesn't want to pay the fees and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then he approached me and he wanted to work for me, and I was like, "Look, I think that you're good enough to actually do this yourself
Mhm.
and run your own business. Let me coach you." And in the first month, I just told him free work. Just do free work. Get your portfolio up for reels because he'd done a lot of traditional landscape work,
Mhm.
and then start offering paid work after to these clients, monthly retainers packages.
Mhm.
Second month he did 6.5. Third month he did 9.5,
Wow.
and then last month he did 8. So he's a hard worker. He's a pure hard worker.
Mm.
So he's killing it as well. And then there's Tiggs, who I employed like a year ago, who worked with me for about 4 months, who I'm going to be coaching more on a regular basis now, but I'm going to hand work to him as well. But
Yeah,
they're
wow.
the 4 main people.
Yep.
And then I'm going to a lot of creator events. So I went to one the other day called from me to you.
Aiden's.
Aiden's, yeah. Which was awesome. Like
Mm.
110 creators there.
Awesome.
And I met a lot of people. Posted on my story, got about 100 and something replies of like editors and videographers.
I saw you posted a story, right, saying that you were looking for
Videographers and
Yeah,
editors.
cool.
Yeah. So that was really cool. Going to a creator event next week, Frame Fest, which should be cool. So yeah, my goal now is to find videographers
Mhm.
and just train some of them up, but
Mhm.
also just hand work.
Yep.
Just run this campaign and pretty much sales. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Basically
is
do what your dad's doing in roofing, but
yeah,
doing
pretty
it
much.
with
But also, I do love creating, so I do take jobs.
Is that to free up time to make your own content for yourself?
That as well. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, I think the perk of that, and I mean, like, I love shooting, but getting a bit away from that is the perk of, like, I'm going to go to Japan for a month next month.
Cool.
Get to travel a bit and just not
So
be
free
in
up
Melbourne.
time to do things outside of.
Yeah, and not have to physically be on camera, which is a huge thing.
Interesting.
So yeah, like, the thing is that, okay, through organic content, it's great. Like, if I post every day, I get 1 to 3 leads a day,
Mhm.
which is solid.
Mm.
But when you're doing the sales and, when I'm trying to hand off work and add a commission on top,
Mm.
if it's just 1 to 3, those 1 to 3 become really, really important.
Mhm.
And for me, I kind of get a bit nervous still, like with pricing, and sometimes I, charge a bit less because I just want to win the job.
Mm.
When you get, 10 leads a day,
Mhm.
15 leads a day,
Yeah, true.
it kind of, there's a bit of leniency
Takes
there.
that
So I'm
pressure
like,
off.
okay, yeah. And, I've only got 4 videographers at this stage. So
Mm.
I know that, like, I need to charge it a bit more as well. So
Mhm.
being able to do that through Facebook ads and just being able to get that consistent flow of leads is a really big thing. So yeah, like I feel like everything in my life, all the jobs, like
are you completely handing these jobs over to these guys? Like they take care of absolutely everything? Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do the strategy side of things, the idea generation, and then I'll communicate with the client and edit as well. Because I think my biggest strong point is editing.
Yeah.
Because I've just been making YouTube videos and editing them, and just doing that for a decade, over a decade. So yeah, I do that. So I'd usually charge for the shoot, and then if I charge extra for editing as well.
Yep.
And if I'll obviously pay the videographer a portion of the shoot cost, and then the editing, if I do it myself, I just take the entire thing. Or if I hand it off, I'll
so these guys will have a different rate based on whether they're just shooting or shooting and editing, doing everything. That's cool.
But cool. This is still such an early thing. Like, I mean, I've been handing work to Eric and Phil like a lot over the past probably year or so. But Emmanuel, Tiggs, like very fresh. And this whole Facebook ads thing is it's very fresh as well. So,
but you have experience in it, right?
And it's not hard, surprisingly. Like,
for someone who understands it, though.
You know what the interesting thing is?
Yeah.
The video creative for the ad does 90% of the work.
You reckon?
100%.
Yeah.
Because I set up a Facebook campaign, like it's literally just to a lead form.
Yep.
I can teach you how to do it right now. Oh, maybe not right now. But after this shoot, it'd take maybe 15 minutes, bro.
Really?
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. I should make a video on that, actually.
Yeah, you really should.
Yeah, but it's hard to condense that into 1 minute 30, bro.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True,
maybe YouTube video. We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still doing the YouTube thing? You haven't posted in a while.
No,
what?
I haven't done the YouTube.
That was the dream, man. Has it changed?
100%. The tricky thing with YouTube is that it takes about... it takes a long time to edit. It takes a long time to edit. In that time, to edit one YouTube video, you could do 10 reels.
Yes.
So for me, I just think about the leverage and for me, short form, as much as I love long form, the leverage that you get, and it's just more widespread, right? So you can post it on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and the views that you'll get organically from doing short form significantly far away the views that you'll get long form wise.
Yep.
So my goal is build up my personal brand whilst running the business, and then once I get to hopefully 100,000 followers or so, I'll start making YouTube videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. And you're right. I think where you benefit off this is that you share a lot of your own personal stories in short format, which a lot of people don't. And what I see with creatives now is like they feel like they need to create long form content because that's where they can create a deeper connection with their audience. Because like same as podcasts, people are like, if I spend a longer amount of time with this person, I'm going to feel more connected with them. Therefore, they feel like they need to make long form content because everyone says it's hard to make that connection in 90 seconds. Yeah. I feel like your strength is that.
Really?
You can, because you're being vulnerable, you're being raw, you're just sharing stories that most people would save for the long form content, but you're doing it on Insta and you're getting that deeper connection because you're sharing your failures, your good days, your bad days, your story. And I feel like you get that from your short form content and from talking to so many creatives, they feel like they can only do that on YouTube.
Right.
Do you think that? This is just what I think.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
And what got you to just start sharing everything? It feels like a lot of these
100%.
Personal stories on Insta.
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, man.
A lot of people hold back on those things. They wouldn't share it.
To be fair, it's not easy because a lot of these ideas initially were long form. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm getting like 141,000 views on TikTok. One of my TikToks got 1 million views. And it was just like taking the idea that I had for a YouTube video and just learning how to condense it into 1 minute 30.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
No.
Like I'll literally sometimes still talk in front of a camera for 3 hours. And I'll start at 12 a.m. and I'll be like, yeah, it'll be like 30 minutes. And then it's 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh, man, what have I done? What have I done, man? Yeah. So it's a process where I'm literally over and over even though it's a minute 30 video, I'm literally just saying the same thing. I'm like, oh, wait, I could have said this, or like, oh, I forgot to mention this, or like, how can I condense this while speaking? And, I've tried doing the whole scripting thing and the teleprompter thing, but it just, for me, I think there's a lot of value just being able to like kind of just come up with things on the spot, like on the top of your head, and just like, I think like over time it's gone quicker, the process of
You've gotten better at it?
Yeah. So if I can get to a point where I'm just like, I'm really good at it, and I can just, keep on coming up with new ideas and stuff like that, and just, going off the top of the dome, I think that'd be cool. And I think it's achievable as well. I think once you use the teleprompter, you kind of rely on the teleprompter, and I don't really want to rely on it. Yeah.
What are some tips you'd give to someone who is trying to show up more as themselves and speak like directly to a camera? Like, it's a big step for a lot of creatives. It's a big step for me, man. I would shit myself the first time I got in front of a camera. It took me years.
Yeah.
And then it's still a learning process. Like, you're still trying to get better at it. For someone who is thinking about it, or especially for me, I see people who are putting themselves out there. The reason why I'm in this spot is because I saw people doing it, and I'm like, man, they're getting all these opportunities because they're putting themselves out there. Yeah. And I won't get those opportunities if I don't have the balls to do the same.
Yeah. I think that if you force yourself to do something like 75 hard, or do a daily series just from the get-go, from the very start, I think that's a really good idea. Because I think it takes about 2 weeks to kind of get over the fear, not entirely, but to a point where you're like, okay, like, it's just, I can post myself, and it's not a dramatic thing. It's like my mate Aaron. So Aaron, he's got, I think, about 35,000 followers now, but he, for years, would literally, at birthday parties, we're good mates, birthday parties, New Year's party, Christmas party, come up to me and be like, yo, man, like, yeah, like, I want to make content, but like, yeah, like, it's, I don't know, I just, I'll make, maybe next time. Because I'd always ask him, I'd be like, yeah, so like last time we talked about making content, you gonna do it, or what's the go?
Yeah.
And he'd always be like, oh yeah, like, I'm just like, editing this video. I'm like, it'd been like 2 years of saying the same thing every single time I saw him. So then I was like, bro, like, I'm going to come over to your house next Thursday, and we're going to record a video, and you're going to post it on that day.
Yep.
And so I went over to his house, and he was like shitting bricks, bro. He was shitting bricks. He had no idea what he was doing. And I was like, bro, he was like, what do I even record? And I was like, well, like, you like fitness, right? You want to be a fitness creator? He's like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, and I was like, okay, well, you're fit. And I think a lot of people would, find your fitness content. Like, a lot of people don't know how to get to have your physique, right? And you're so good at cooking, so just do 75 hard, bro. 75 days of consecutive posting. And I wrote him like a very generic dot point kind of like script, and I was like, say this, go in the other room. I don't want to, because he did it in front of me, and it was just not, it was not
that's not
out.
it.
It was not working out. So then I was like, yeah, go into the other room, bro, like literally just record yourself, and then we'll come back, like I'll come check in 30 minutes. And then we edited it on the spot. He posted it, and it was the start. Like, within 35 days, he had gained like 20,000 followers or something like that.
Yeah, wow.
And he was, I mean, props to him, because he actually kept it going. But yeah, I think first things first is, obviously, I think some people need a push, but if you can push yourself somehow, that's the biggest thing. The first video is the hardest, because you've got so many things in your head, and you overthink everything. Once you do it for like 2 weeks, like, it kind of, the feelings that you had of judgment and stuff like that kind of get suppressed. So the other perk of doing daily series is that you're posting regularly. You're getting a lot of feedback, and people, you start to realize that it's not actually that scary posting online. So yeah, I think just doing it, which is very cliche, and then just a daily series, I think, is a big thing as well, especially with something like 75 hard, or even when I did the daily videography series, where people can see the progression of you and the content, I think is a big thing. And the other thing about posting, not having a backlog, which I know a lot of people kind of like suggest doing a backlog,
like a batch shoot,
but not doing that is a really good idea, because when you do a batch thing, right, you don't have the feedback. So you're just doing one whole batch, and then you post it, and then you only get the feedback after 30 days or whatever. If you do it every single day, every day you get feedback.
Yes.
So a video gets less likes, people engage with the video, people reach out to you, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, like, maybe I should shoot more like this, or like whatever. And you adapt things every single day.
Correct.
So that's the thing I like about daily videos.
Correct.
Yeah.
I spoke to a client recently, and they said, "Oh, we're sweet with our content." We had a girl come in and she shot a whole bunch of content and she scheduled it all. So everything's set for, because they had multiple pages, that page is set for the next 3 months. But I was like, you're not going to know what works until 3 months from now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then you're going to start making adjustments when you could be tracking that from now if you're doing
100%.
it on the go. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And yeah, and in terms of that, I get that, man. I feel like for me too, I would say the two most important things when you're starting anything is one is like start. So time between idea and execution. So many people sit on an idea for so long. And
point.
if you shorten that, so just starting, which is what you said. So starting's the hardest. And then the second is consistency. Like how do you force yourself to be consistent or hold yourself accountable? Either have a mate show up to your house or I think the whole point of these challenges, 75 hard, whatever it is, 30-day challenges, finding a way to force yourself to be consistent.
Yeah.
So like start and be consistent. You can figure the rest out as you go and not be discouraged. Do you know Yash?
Yash.
I had him on recently. His page just went crazy viral through a 30-day challenge.
Oh, interesting.
And
actually,
I had him on. I had him on not long ago.
I think I saw it on your page. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of his main takeaways was like, what people don't realize with these challenges or people that do grow their pages is that it usually doesn't happen straight away and you can't get discouraged.
Yeah.
And he said he did his 30-day challenge and nothing happened until day 17.
Yeah.
And then there was another day, he said it was day 25. He goes, I don't get the results from day 17 if I don't reach day 17. And a lot of people will start and they don't see much going on, so they don't stick with it.
Yeah.
But if you do stick with it, you don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But he doesn't reach day 17 if he doesn't do it every day
Cool.
those days, right? And then knowing that a lot of his growth has come from 2 videos out of 50 something that he's done. So if you were to look at that, a lot of people would think 48 of those were a failure.
Yeah.
But really all you need is those 2
Yeah.
to do well.
Yeah.
So you can't get discouraged by the failures. And it's something I learned in sales, man. So many people would say no. 48 people may say no.
Yeah.
Right, but that means you're closer to one person saying yes.
Yeah.
One client reaching out.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's having that mindset of sticking with it and not letting the losses, like you didn't let half a classroom laugh at you, stop you from just doing it again.
Yeah.
You know, the consistency key is like really important, regardless of what happens, regardless of if no one sees this, I get no engagement, I'm still going to show up the next day because consistency is what's going to make you win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you get that feedback.
100%.
True?
100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I gotta watch all your podcasts, bro.
Yeah. I've had some good people. You know half of them,
I know
man.
a lot of them. Yeah, I know Sky. I know
Kira.
Jaden. Yeah, Kira.
Jaden, yes.
Yeah. No, it's and a lot of people follow you. Like even John Tan. I'm not sure if.
Yes. Yeah. You know John too?
Yeah.
I've been following him for a while.
I saw him the other day.
No way. I've been wanting to go to his meetups. He messaged me all the time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go.
I love his energy so much, man.
He's got a lot of energy, doesn't he?
I love his energy so much. Yeah. As soon as we saw each other at the event, we just like gave each other a hug and we're like, bro, his energy is infectious.
It is, right? It is. And he brings it in his content as well.
Yeah.
Like you can feel it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And that's hard to do too. Do you feel it's hard to show up as yourself in front of a camera?
Oh, the interesting thing is, so I realized that faking your personality, or faking yourself, just doesn't work out. And people don't like it. And I learned that through sales, actually, believe it or not. Because, so my ex-boss, Lockie, gun salesperson, but his selling style is very authoritative. It's very like logical, and it's like you watch him do sales and it's crazy. It's just very direct, and he just controls the entire sales call. I tried doing it, and I didn't get a sale for about 3 months. Like it was just like I tried talking like him, doing the same tone, doing the exact same like wording that he'd do, and I just couldn't do it. And with my YouTube videos as well, at the start I'd talk like Casey Neistat. I'd
Yep.
talk like these certain YouTubers, and then I really didn't see anything work out until I started being a bit more vulnerable and started
Yep.
like actually just being myself,
Yep.
which is really, really hard.
Yes.
It's really, really hard because the scariest thing is that if you're having this persona, you know that if someone talks shit, it's the persona,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
But if you're being yourself and someone
Yes.
talks shit, you're like, oh shit, they hate me for me.
That
you know?
hurts a little bit more.
Yeah, that hurts. So it's a process, but you just post consistently, and I think the biggest thing is talking to the cameras if it's your friend is a big thing, because when you're talking to a friend, you're just talking naturally and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think for me it was easier because when I made that daily series, I was very vulnerable with the fact that I'm starting from nothing and like I am nothing at the moment, like I have nothing going on. So everything, I didn't have to pretend like I was someone. I didn't have to pretend like I was successful or anything because I wasn't, and I could be completely vulnerable with that.
True.
Which helped a lot because it was
There's
really
a lot of freedom in
interesting.
that, right?
Oh, 100%. And it just kept on getting backed up and reinforced that was a good thing to do, just being yourself.
Yep.
Because, I'd talk about like sleeping into a wedding shoot. And people loved it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, like it was interesting because that video, like people loved it and people related to it, like
True.
videographers. I'm not sure if many videographers have done that, but and I ended up getting wedding leads from that.
Wow.
Which is insane,
Yep.
right? I'm talking about sleeping into a wedding, nearly
Yeah.
missing the ceremony, and still getting business from it.
True.
It was wild.
I think that's a good thing, and I think that does help you stand out when, especially on social, so many people are trying to present the perfect life.
100%.
And when you see that, it makes. Imagine you're someone that's trying to make it, or you don't know how to. You're seeing all these perfect lives. It makes you feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like you haven't got it figured out, and everyone does. And to come across someone who's also going through those same things, it makes it a lot easier to connect with someone.
Yeah.
That
100%.
is open with sharing that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. How are you finding the self-content recording journey?
I'm getting better at it now that I've prioritized time to do it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So again, the taking on too much work was a problem at the end of last year.
Gotcha.
So it came back around.
Yeah,
Same
gotcha.
problem.
Very interesting.
And it's funny because I would watch a lot of people. I wasn't following it back then, but people like yourself, right? So other creatives who are putting themselves out there, building their brand, getting all these opportunities because of it. And I was frustrated because I was doing work for everyone else and I wasn't making time to do that.
Yeah.
And it was frustrating. I was deep down, I was crazy. I was busy.
Yeah.
I was busy. I had all the work. It was crazy because I've got a lady that looks after my finance. I'm telling her, I'm making more money than I ever have before. I'm as busy as I ever have, but I'm still not happy.
Yeah.
And it's like stopping and realizing, like, what is it? What do I have to change?
Yeah.
And I had to get rid of clients. And it was scary because you're like, you're going to make less money, but it's going to create more room to do the things that make me feel good and continue doing the work at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was scary, but I did it. So I got rid of clients. And then once you do, then you have the time. And it's like, all right, I have no excuses now.
Yeah.
I need to start showing up more. And it gave me more time to do the pod. I've started making more YouTube videos. They suck.
Sick.
They're terrible because I've never done it before. So doing the long form and putting myself out there is still something I'm learning, and just putting together a story that kind of makes sense and people actually want to watch for a while. Isn't easy to do, but it's good because it's like consistency. Like start, show up, be consistent. Same thing as everything else. You're going to get better.
100%.
And I'm like, well, now I have the time to do it. So I started doing those, things are actually starting to feel better. And I'm putting myself in front of the camera more. So a lot of things are starting to happen, but I had to reach the point where I was frustrated, doing too much, and things don't start happening until you prioritize them. And I see it a lot of the time. I still work. One of my biggest clients is in a gym in Coogee. Same thing in fitness. Like, until you start prioritizing your health, you're not going to start going. You're going to put everything else before it. And it was the same with this. I was like, my personal brand isn't growing and I'm not getting better in front of a camera because I'm not prioritizing it. I'm prioritizing, like, your schedule will show you what you prioritize. If there's no time there to do it, it means it's not important. If it's important enough to you, you'd make time for it.
100%.
And that only just started happening at the beginning of this year. And I've been doing way more. way more podcasts, like these take a long time to
imagine.
edit, to find clients, to prepare for clients, that can come here and
100%.
do the episodes,
Yeah.
posting it's a lot of work
Yeah.
for one guy to do. But I've created the time to do it.
Yeah.
And recently I did a meetup. So I built a photography studio. Same thing. So much work, so much money, dude.
Yeah.
To build the thing. Built that in December. And then couldn't do anything with it because I was, again, too busy servicing other clients. So I had this whole studio, like this mad photography studio. Like I'm not even in there using it for months. Yeah. And then I had a creative, she came in, Maz, Visuals by Maz. I should shout her out more because she's amazing. And she forced me. She came in one day, didn't even know who she was.
Yeah.
She's like, I heard about you, saw you on Facebook, on Instagram, and we had a mutual friend, so I thought I'd come by. Yeah. And then I told her, I'm like, I've got this space, but I don't really use it. Yeah. But I was like, if you want to use it, like, feel free. Like, at least someone's using it. Yeah. And she's, why don't you do a meetup? Like, we're all trying to, like, hang out with each other. Yeah. We're hiring out. She had hired out a studio with other creators. She's like, we're paying for it because we want to hang out with each other. Yeah, gotcha. You've got a space. Yeah. So I did. It was a couple months ago. So stressful, so much work. Yeah. But it was fulfilling. Yeah. And it just feels good to be able to create time, which I did, and then make the most of it, and things are starting to happen because of it. Like I'm out here, I'm doing another event through the pod. It's actually funny. The first sort of benefit that I saw because a lot of the pods, man, they're hard. They're a lot of work, a lot of time. Yeah. And when you first start, you're on zero. So you're not getting many views. You're not getting paid for it. You're just giving up all this time and you don't think you're getting anywhere with it. Yeah. But through contacts, I had a lot of people that they're Sony advocates or they work for Sony. And Joanne Stefan is a Sony advocate. And these guys have to run workshops all the time. I don't know if you see them or like they're on the Sony Scene website. They run workshops. I knew that she runs these workshops events all the time. Yeah. So I messaged her. I was like, hey, can you I don't know what I'm doing. I've posted that I'm going to run an event, but I don't know how to do it. And I just don't want it to be shit. Yeah. And I was like, just give me 3 tips. What are 3 things that I should not forget to make this good? And she's like, you know what? I'll do you one better. Let's just partner up. I'll make like Sony a sponsor of the event. Amazing. I'll have Nanlight come in. I'll do the whole thing. Yeah, amazing. And just say that I'm a co-host and we're sweet. And I couldn't believe it. Yeah. Right. And I was like, the podcast's paying off, man. Finally something. Yeah. And then that made it a whole lot bigger than it was initially intended. Yeah. And all these things have happened because I made time. I made more time to put into the podcast, into putting myself out there. A lot of people are like, man, I see your content now. It's becoming more noticeable, way more opportunities. I'm getting randoms message me on DM all the time. That's crazy. And it's just because I prioritized it. Yeah. Like, that's it. Yeah. And if I didn't change my mind, if I didn't reach that point, I'd probably still be doing all the client work. Yeah. And I still am. I'm still doing a ton. Yeah. But I had to like cut back on it 100%. And reassess and figure out like what's going to make me happy. Yeah. And I'm way happier now because I'm doing things that fulfill me. I'm connecting with other people, meeting more creatives, which is what I wanted the whole time. But I'm 6 years into it. It took me 6 years to realize that. Yeah. You know, and it is a process of constantly figuring it out, running into problems, trying to figure those out, and then it's like, well, what's the next thing I have to do? And when I watch your stuff, I feel like that's why I connected with your content. You're sharing all these things. And when you're someone that's also going through it, we just have different problems, but it's still the same thing. Yeah, 100%. It's like, I'm going to get along with this dude. Yeah. And things like this need to be shared more often, especially like things like struggles, because it makes the other guys out there that are also not struggling, but trying to figure it out, feel like it's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with it. 100%. You know, you're going to have those fears of being in front of the camera. Yeah. It's going to be hard to find clients, figure out pricing. But if you're going through that, it doesn't mean you have to quit or that it sucks. I mean, like, we're all going through it. 100%. You know, and that's 100%. The point of having people on and sharing these things. Yeah. But that's been me, especially this year more so than any other. Yeah. It's like, cool, man, I'm starting to do what I've been watching everyone else do. Gotcha. And it's starting to pay off the same way. Yeah, gotcha. And now I think when you do it and you see the result, it then gives you the confidence to start telling others. It's very hard to tell people to do something if you're not doing it yourself. Yeah, it's true. You can't say, hey man, show up more. You got to make more content with you talking and share your story. Yeah. If you're not doing it yourself, it's hard to say it with conviction. Yeah. Right? Whereas like now I'm starting to see opportunities come off the back of it, and I'm encouraging more clients to do it. I feel way more confident telling people because I'm experiencing it in real time. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a bit about me.
Yeah, interesting. What's your end goal, do you think? Is it to build a big agency, or is it to...
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
interesting.
hard work, man.
Yeah, 100%.
It's hard work. Taking on clients and working with people. I think managing people is something I'm still working on.
Me too, bro.
It's very difficult. Yeah, it's hard, man. So and again, it's like, do I want to put all this energy into that when it's not? It doesn't make me feel good. So I'm still I'm taking. The thing is, recently I've been getting a lot more client work or requests, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm taking them on hesitantly.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with letting them go if they don't work out.
Yeah, gotcha.
The more I see this working, like the personal brand thing and
Yeah.
seeing where opportunities could lead there,
Yeah.
I think are better. Because the first event I ran was free. This second one we're charging for.
Yeah,
Jo
sick.
always charges for her stuff. So she was like, dude, we have to
Yeah.
start charging for this,
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
then we're just splitting it, which is
Yeah.
good because I have her to force me to do it.
Yeah.
I probably would have been too scared
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that is good. That is good.
So she's made me do it. So, and then that again opens up my mind to being like, yeah, I can charge for these things. And once you do, you feel way more confident.
Yeah.
Like people are willing to pay for this.
100%.
And then that could lead to bigger things.
Yeah.
And same with these podmen. Like I'm willing to invest the time and the effort to come out here. This could have been done on Zoom
Yeah.
easily, right?
True.
But I'm not afraid to invest effort, time, money
Yeah.
into showing up.
Yeah.
And I think when you show up in person like this, it shows people that you're serious
100%.
and you really want to get good at this. And I think people respect that. People respect hard work.
I was just going to say, I feel like the fact that you came out here
Yep.
and you've invested in this studio and stuff like that,
Yep.
like, not that I didn't respect you before, but
No, but you have more.
100%,
right?
100%. Because I'm
And
like,
it's the
this guy's
same as you.
dedicated. This guy wants to make this work.
Yeah.
This guy's, he loves this thing.
Yeah.
So 100%.
And I think that's where you get your opportunities from on your page.
Yeah.
It's
right.
like it doesn't take long to figure out that you work hard, you show up, you're not afraid, like you don't shy away from hard work,
Yeah.
and you gain respect from other people by doing that.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. You don't think that?
Well, yeah, it's pretty hard to comprehend how much just posting online can do for you, for sure.
Yes, exactly.
Like, it's just crazy,
Yeah.
right? Even this podcast, right?
Yep.
Yeah, to know that, like, had I not posted,
Mm.
like, I wouldn't have had this opportunity. I wouldn't have most of the clients that I'm working with.
Yes,
Wouldn't have met a lot of creators. It's pretty crazy.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's something that I really want to get out of this episode,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
I know that without even asking you, you've gained a lot of opportunities through you just putting yourself out there. I'm
Yeah.
sure you've gotten a lot of referrals,
Yeah.
and you probably got work from sharing the work that you've done, like end result.
Yeah.
But I guarantee that you've gotten maybe a lot more opportunities from just showing up.
It's crazy, man. Like, last week, a guy who just watched my videos, Richie, who literally just a follower, he knew a person from Hypebeast, and he was like, oh, like, because they were friends with the marketing, and he was like, yo, like, you guys need a video. Like, I think I know a videographer in Melbourne. Let me try and, like, hit this guy up. And he was just like, yeah, bro, like, he caught up with me, and it was like, bro, like, I love your content. Like, do you want to shoot with Hypebeast? And then that's, to this day, that's been the biggest project that I've been on, monetary wise.
Yep.
And that came from just like a follower, which is crazy.
Yes.
So yeah, and then like the other day, like Amaran, the lighting company, hit me up and they're like, "Yo, let me send you some free product." I'm like,
That's amazing.
"That's crazy." And just like, bro, like companies that I never thought I'd work with, like, Woolworths, Smith's Chips,
Yep.
like Remington, like Hilton, Sofitel, like they all came from just posting content, which is like, that is crazy, bro. Like, I'm talking about sleeping in for a wedding, and I'm getting these, these people hit me up, which is wild, bro.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I agree. And the thing is, you don't have to wait for permission to do that either. Like
100%.
anyone can do it right now.
That's the thing. Anyone can do it with an iPhone. Oh, you know what's interesting? Up until recently, I was shooting everything on my iPhone, bro.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
All those videos.
All the videos,
Yep.
bro. Yeah, just because there's a sense of relatability with the
I
iPhone,
agree.
right? So yeah, it's wild that a lot of my videos up until recently were just iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But good to share.
Yeah.
That still plays on my mind a bit. I still get the camera out.
Yeah.
Look, I feel like I've got all this gear. I may as well use it. But you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
The guy I had on yesterday actually shoots most of his stuff with an iPhone.
Yeah.
The Facebook guy.
Oh, gotcha.
Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true, but he's more driven by, and it's true too, you're driven by story. He's like, if you can communicate a feeling or an emotion, it doesn't matter what you use.
It's true.
Like, that's the most important thing. You can have all the gear in the world, but if you can't connect or deliver, make that person watching feel something, it doesn't matter what gear you're using.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And he was so right.
My mate Peter, who's a dentist and makes content, I was really surprised actually because he posted really high quality content. It was color graded well, and I was like, bro, this content, like, what camera do you use? Like, is it FX3 or FX3? Like, what camera is it? And he was like, no, bro, it's an iPhone. I use a Black Magic app. And I just shoot in log.
Damn.
And I color grade it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is crazy, bro. Because it looks really, really good, man. Yeah.
That's same as Yash, that guy I was telling you
Oh,
about.
really? Yeah.
And he sells iPhone LUTs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
crazy.
he teaches people how to use it. He's like, you shoot in log, and it'll look like mine. And his footage is really cool.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's really, really good. A lot of time, you like just some good lighting too goes a long way.
100%. And like, I mean, all these there were a few movies. I think the F1 movie they used the iPhone. I'm not sure if that's
I've
true
heard
or
of
not.
some of these. Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's true or not, but yeah, like, you know,
I've heard some movies using it, and it trips you out because you're
so
like, how
crazy.
something's going on there. They're doing some advanced shit on there.
Yeah, but it's wild. So yeah, it's people. Yeah, it's the barrier to entry. People, all people need to do is just literally just whip out their phone and just give it a shot.
Yep,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
True, and just not be scared.
100%.
Dude, this has been awesome.
Bro,
You've shared a lot. This has been good, like so much value, like, and I think just relatability. It's everything that I thought this was going to be.
I'm glad, bro.
Yeah, and better, because it is, it's true. It's what I was saying like before we started, like having someone that's also just going through it is just so, like, you can just connect and you believe, not even believe, it's like you buy into someone who's also just in the same position as you.
Yeah.
And same, the takeaways, the lessons, the experiences, they're all there. And man, I relate with all of it. I think it's good. I think anyone that watch, like, it's like two guys that are literally just doing the work and figuring it out as they go. Yeah. And bro, if me and you could figure this out, like, anyone can. Yeah. You know, it's 100%. Not like we've done anything special.
Yeah, bro. I was playing video games for half my life.
Yeah, exactly. I was playing basketball.
Yeah, gotcha. It's a bit more productive than me, I think. But
yeah, true. Is there anything else? Like, what have you got? Like, is there things that you've just got planned this year? Like, what's something that you've, like, any big goal that you're trying to achieve?
The biggest thing is just, from the standpoint of just delegating work now. Like, I'd gone down the route of trying to hire. I had a guy for 4 months, full-time videographer, and then I brought on a business manager type person who was one of my close mates for 6 months. And we tried to make it work there, but it's just really, really difficult. You know, when you've got a lot of work yourself, because in my mind, right, I was like, I'm too busy. Like, I'm doing too many shoots. I'm editing all the time. I need to bring someone on.
Yeah, bro. You did, what was it? 643 shoots in a year is ridiculous.
And so in my head, I was like, okay, cool. Let me just like hire someone, then take some of the workload off. But what I didn't realize is that because I wasn't spending $100,000 a year, paying them like a really high salary, I was kind of cheaping out a bit. It meant that, I mean, you know, they're great. They're good videographers, but, you know, Tiggs had 6 months, not even 6 months experience shooting. Eric was a photographer who just worked as a was just studying software engineering. So these guys weren't in this field for very long. And so it meant that I was doing shooting, editing, and then teaching them how to do things.
You've added more work on.
I've added more work on, and it just blew my, like, I literally at one stage I was like, bro, this is
killing me.
This
isn't how I planned it.
Bro, I bought the Bible. I'm not religious, bro. I'm not religious, but I bought the Bible because I was like, bro, I don't know what to do, God. You know? Help me out. Yeah.
Last resort.
Literally, bro. Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty crazy, but now it's all about, I feel like I've got something good here with the Facebook ads, and I'm making calls, and I feel like there's a bit more balance, and I'm not like overly, like, I'm getting sleep now, which is crazy, right? I can't believe I'm getting sleep now.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting, and meeting a lot of cool people and just doing cool things like this. Going to Singapore, like literally, I met up with one of the Hypebeast guys, and we got along really, really well, and literally went to the bar, and he was like, yo, have a wedding next month. Do you want to come? And so I'm going to Singapore next
Wow.
month. I'm going to
You got
Japan for a month. Yeah, just going to work from there. And then, I've got going to Hong Kong with a client in December, which should be cool. So,
Awesome.
doing a bit of traveling, which beforehand I couldn't even comprehend.
Yep. Good.
And then, the coaching thing I'd love to like do more of because, like even Eric, who was working with me and then he, we split. He's like, he made 20K last month.
Yeah,
And
wow.
every month he's gone. So he went to, a client took him business class to US, which is
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then last month this month he went to Thailand. Next month he's going to Georgia.
Wow.
Then he's going to Japan with me. And then he's going to Hong Kong with me as well with the
So
same
good.
client, which is like crazy, right? So,
Yeah.
and back in the day, he was software engineering,
Yep.
studying. Literally, I'd be editing videos. He'd be on the other side of the table. He never smiled, bro. 'Cause he just hated it.
He's rose
he
not happy.
hated it. And to see him now, business class. He
Yeah.
sent me a video the other day of like him in business class, like you're doing work, and
Yep.
it was just like
That's
taking the
so
piss a
good.
bit, and it was just like it's just fun to see because he's always
Yeah.
happy now, and is it's cool. And even with Phil, Emmanuel and stuff like that, just that side of things. Coaching, and I think you'd be really, really good at it. Actually, you should probably look into it and
Yeah.
maybe consider doing it as well because I think you're the same. You love helping people, and I think you're good at talking. You obviously like. I even forgot we were in the podcast room for like half of this.
That's
thing,
what we
man.
want. That's what we want to get
Yeah,
to.
yeah. So, like the fulfillment you get from that, I think you would love as well, bro. So,
Yeah.
I'd consider that. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Haven't thought about it yet, but there's opportunities everywhere.
Because you've gone through so much as well, bro.
Yeah, true.
And the big thing with videographers is they can make it work, but they are lacking the business side of things and the sales side of things.
I agree.
Which you can help out a lot
Yeah,
with because you've
I'm
had
trying
so
to
much
bring
experience.
it out more in conversation in these pods, just because I think we shouldn't shy away about talking about money.
100%, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, but cool, man. It's good. It's good to see that these opportunities are coming up for you.
Thanks, man.
I'm sure.
Likewise.
I hope Mum's proud.
Yeah. She's a lot happier
come
now.
around,
She's a lot happier now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want, man. And I'm keen. I'm keen to see what you do next.
Thanks, man.
And
Likewise.
I'll see you at Framefest next.
Yeah, bro. I'll see you next
I'll
week.
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks
cool.
so much, man. This has been awesome, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was
Good. I'm
hella
glad.
nervous, bro, when
Were
I
you?
first came in.
Yeah.
And then, 10 minutes in, I just forgot we were even in this room. So
Good.
Props
I'm glad.
to you, bro. 'cause,
Thank you, man. I
yeah,
appreciate
it's a
that.
really good
Yeah, I like
conversation.
the feedback. That was good convo. It's exactly what I
100%.
wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll wrap it up. Thanks for coming on.
No worries.
Legend.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, man. Haha, good job. Dude, you
That
killed.
was sick, man. That was sick.